welcome, Cancer, to your July 16th through the 19th reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on over here. The first card coming out is your energy, which is talking about being in some kind of confusion. Might even feel like you're kind of lacking the purpose over here, but you're still manifesting. I see that with the magician over here. It could be that you're trying to get yourself into alignment, but there is, for your new beginning over here, but it does feel like you are getting frustrated. It could feel like you are scattering your energies because of delay, right? You might be waiting for a fire sign to come in. Could be an Aries or a Sagittarius or a Leo. That is my Aries card. But could be anyone, right? Could even be a Scorpio you're waiting for. But however it is, it's like you're still trying to manifest. You're still trying to take on your power. You still have a lot of skills within yourself that you are trying to master. And I think right now the skills you might be trying to master, my friends, is trying to get through this illusion of is it coming? Is it just an illusion? Is it real? But it's becoming very confusing to you. And when you scatter energy, you start having different ideas, different things going on around you, right? So then it's hard to place, what piece is real and what other piece is not real, right? So try to get your energy back to alignment, my friends. Okay, it could definitely do with this love. I'm trying to get back to your traditions, trying to, maybe you need some forgiveness that needs to go on, but you really need to trust within your own wisdom and your own intuition. Really have that trust over there with the Hierophant. You are the Hierophant. I can feel like you are the Hierophant. You just need to get back into that alignment of being in that place. Right? Maybe you're trying to also trust in a Taurus, right? So that they are saying the right things, that they're not just lying to you. However it is, everybody's story is a little bit different, but it does feel like it's a little unfair. And it does feel like, why is this so unfair? I've been manifesting this for a long time. Why is this not coming together? I am getting some manifestation cards, and I am going through this kind of training right now about manifesting. There's a lot more to manifesting than what we just speak of. So I will be doing those readings as well, trying to teach you guys exactly why a lot of the times our manifestations are not coming in. I was kind of mind blown myself to why. There's a lot more to it than what we just speak of. We just divine timing, but there's more to divine timing than just what it says, waiting for God to come through. There's things we have to do. We have to be aligned. We have to do this and that. So we'll be going over that. Try to get everybody to understand that. Yeah, and it just feels like there's a lot of inner conflict going on within yourself about agreeing to disagree with yourself, causing your own just diversity over here when it comes to trying to bring this manifestation in. Okay, so let's grab some cards over here and see what's going on. Yeah, because anything I learn, guys, I want to teach to you guys, right? I don't just learn it just for my own interest. I like to share. I do. I like sharing what I learn. So I want everybody to understand things as well. And then I was like, aha, I get it. Yeah, I manifest too. And I don't, So, and I fragment energy a lot. We all do. We're human. Okay, let's go. Yes, having your own inner conflict. That's exactly what it is. Having, and you might even feel like there's too much competition in what I'm trying to do. Maybe I'm trying to get somebody who has a lot of people around them, and I feel like I'm in competition with everybody around me. But you're being your own bully. It's called self-sabotage. The type of reading we're doing right now, this is self-sabotage. This is you taking the swords away from yourself, keeping yourself imbalanced. Trying to win at all costs, though. But like I said, there is a rule to manifestation when it does that. But I will give that rule to you right now, since we were talking about manifestation. You'll be maybe so far the only ones that get this hint. You have to be ready to receive. You have to be ready to receive. If you're not ready to receive, then you cannot gain. You can't give, and then not want to give, get back, or believe you cannot get back, because the universe wants to give us everything we want, um, as much as possible. But if we're not ready to receive it, it's really on you, and that's a part of the divine timing. Ooh, I give away a secret. Yeah. The secret is trust, willing to let go, holding on too tight, let go, so that you can receive. If you're holding on so tight, nothing can get through there, right? But if you open, now you can receive. You can put things in your hand. And that's what you're doing over here. Winning at all costs means that I'm going too strong. I'm not, but I'm not. And then it causes confusion. And then it causes you to be imbalanced. And then it causes you not to have what you want because you're holding on too tight. This is kind of crazy. I don't have water in my chart, but this kind of goes on it kind of reminds me of myself. It's kind of crazy. Okay. Well, however it is, right? Living in the past. Do not live in the past. You have to move forward. And the living in the past is saying that I never get what I want. Remember your daily affirmations. I am love. I can have things. Just because I didn't have it before doesn't mean that I can't gain it now. Moving forward. Forgive yourself for things, that you need to give forgiveness for. That's where we have daily healing cards. We give ourselves affirmations. We allow ourselves to, yes, during the time of the magician, release the fear. Don't, you're repressing a lot of emotions that might need to, insecurities about having something or getting something or allowing the universe to give it to you. And then there's misinterpretations, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about as well. The misinterpretations. I'm sorry, that's exactly what it is. And I seen that in my own reading too when I was doing something. It was talking about the misinterpretations of manifestation. That's why I started going to this class, because I was thinking there are misinterpretations to why we don't receive a lot of things. I can teach you what I know, and you guys know a lot of the same things I know. But what we don't understand is there's a lot of misinterpretation going to how manifestation really 100% works. It was just like, oh, damn. Yes. So it causes confusion. I did everything that they said to manifest. Yes, but there's more. There's more. There's more to it. But that's such as life. We're all going to learn. We're missing little pieces. There's little pieces. So there's a little bit of misinterpretation about how there is to receive. So that's why I said I'll give you some of the signs right now, because we want you to have what you want, right? So it's getting clear about what you want. Don't fragment energy. We know stay as positive as possible. I just did the big reading. If you guys didn't watch the big reading for how to manifest, you might want to watch that, because I gave a lot of clues on that as well, from that class that I learned. So, but otherwise, yes, and having trust within faith within God is one of the 100% ones. That's it right there. And then that's the one. If you're not listening to your own intuition and your own faith and listening to what you need, right, then it's going to be very frustrating. And we also have to wait for when we're ready. When we are definitely ready, right? So there, it does feel like it's unfair, because it feels like you've been waiting a long time, right? In completion. Yeah, the cycle is not complete. Your cycle gate is still open, so don't worry about that, right? We have 3 huge portals. We're actually going through a portal right now of manifestation right now. I think this is the 2nd day out of 3 days for the 777. So you might want to, make sure that you're asking to receive. Really, a lot of this right here is faith and understanding that you are able to receive this, right? That you can receive this. Just let go a little bit. You're holding on too tight, right? Because I see that more than anything in this reading. is understanding that you are allowed to have this and keeping faith and trust within the situation. With avoiding conflicts, yeah, this is, just make sure that you're staying away from people who want to. You guys are, most cancers are empathic. I mean, it's just the way it is. Most water signs are. Um, watch people who are energy vampires. There's also a reading in there too about that. I think you have to go back to last year though. Everything's in the playlist, guys, okay? I did a whole reading about energy vampires as well. I might have to do a new one just to update that. But that's just making sure that you're staying away from people who steal your energy, who make you feel like you're in a bad mood. When you guys are manifesting something, make sure that you're taking a few days out to just kind of relax and stay calm. But you definitely want to stay away from people that you know are going to avoid conflict within the situation, because they will get you into a lower vibration. Do not tell people what your manifestations are, because people laugh at you, or they say you can't have that, or you're stupid, or manifestation doesn't exist, or whatever ridiculous things they want to say, which also causes agreeing to disagree and diversity. And not only does it cause diversity within, you and the person, it also causes it within yourself. And they can also start making you confused. And then you could say things like, maybe they're right, maybe it doesn't really exist, maybe I'm stupid. Don't say things like that. You know who you are, and you trust in who you are. You know what's real and what's not real. Manifestation is just the same as prayer. It's the same as prayer. It's the same as law and attraction. What you put into the universe and you ask the universe for, it comes back. You don't believe in prayer, then don't believe in manifestation, because it's the same. Where energy flows, energy goes. It's just the shifting of energy. You can call it whatever you want, right? But the lack of inner joy, yeah, because they can cause this dissatisfaction. They can make this inner lack of happiness coming towards you, where you believe you will not receive your Nine of Cups. But it's funny, you receive your Nine of Cups all the time. You receive your manifestations every day of your life. You co-create every day of your life. Every time you say, I want something, whether you buy it yourself, you get that, and take action yourself, or whether, however it comes, but you take action to do so. It's just the way it works. Okay, so we have the Fool over here as the overall outcome of the situation is the new beginnings and the possibilities. Think of the possibilities. You just have to have blind faith to be able to go into something. When you are praying for someone's health, you are doing it through blind faith, right? You don't see them healing, right? You're praying for them to heal. And then we have those moments in our life where it's like, oh my God, they came back and it was a freaking miracle. Well, was it really though? Was it really? Because a lot of people prayed for them. So prayers are, prayers happen, right? All the time. And you do it blindly. So when you're the Fool over here and you're taking on a new adventure and you're keeping the optimism, a lot of times you're jumping into a new job with blind faith. You're jumping into life with blind faith. You're not thinking about the possibilities. You're just saying, please give me this. But the funny thing is the difference, and a little bit of the difference I think with manifestation is because a lot of the times it's not things we need as much as when we're praying. It feels like when we're praying, we go after more needs than we do wants. And when we're manifesting, we go on more wants than we do it needs. But in the end, you can call it whatever you want to call it, because all of it is, in the end, is law and attraction. Say how it is. It's all the same. You put it out there however you want, but it comes true, because then all of a sudden you're like, thank God I got this. I've been praying. You've been manifesting, yes. Okay. So do not allow yourself to be in indecision. Overcome this situation. Do not allow the information that you are giving to yourself to become an overload of emotion. Right? because you're going through a transformation right now, and the end of that cycle will happen so that you will seek and have exactly what you want with the Fool. Right? You put in a lot of hard work and you will have your investment. You will have your reward coming to you. You just need to have more self-care. The self-care is not going to be mental and emotional, because we see all these mental, because your emotions are a little all messed up because of the way you're thinking. So, but it's okay though. You need that debt paid off. You'll figure out how to do this. Something will click. Something will happen. Something will come to you. Maybe you're waiting for a message over here and you're having a delayed message and you're just waiting for this message to come through. Do not panic. You're in the waiting. But there's also this rule of attraction too. And that's another one. Oh my God. It was just like, oh my gosh, the master, every time I think about it, it's like he's right. Because we sit here, we wait. And he keeps telling us in these videos and these things, stop waiting. Stop waiting. And never, what was it? Rule number 3 was never expect anything. Guys, when you put out your manifestations, you don't expect anything. Because if you expect things, then you have no disappointments when it doesn't come through. And if you know, when it does get ready to come through, then it just becomes so unexpected that you're just happy as hell, right? But the reason we don't expect is because we may not get everything we want, because we may need healing, growth, this, that. And that's why sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, I asked for that 10 years ago and I get it now. Well, because you've healed, and because you've grown, and because you have a better understanding, and because the universe says you're now ready for it. That was the perfect timing. That's what the divine perfect timing is. Is sometimes we're just too maybe immature for certain things. He always uses this this example of I can't say the whole thing because I don't want to get demonetized, but he gives this idea of this boy who wants an ice cream, right? He gets a single scoop ice cream. He throws it on the ground or loses it or however, and then the dad says, what's wrong with you? And then he says, get another ice cream. But then the kid says he wants a triple scoop ice cream or something, and the father starts he kind of giggles and said, well, you get the single scoop. When you can handle the single scoop, then I'll get you a triple scoop. Okay, and that, it makes so much sense because the universe is, you know what I mean? So the boy's like, okay, fine. So he has to prove to his dad that he can handle this, right, before he can get an upgrade, right? I guess I have to kind of cut it all down because I am using someone else's words, which you can get demonetized. So, but you guys understand that, and that's why sometimes you're like, oh my God, I waited 5 years for this to come through. I waited, and that was because the universe was waiting for you to grow up in that area, right? Or maybe you didn't get the person that you wanted because they needed to grow up. When you're manifesting people, it's even harder because you don't know what they're going through. That's why I always say manifesting people is the hardest thing in the world. Because they have their own growth, their own things that they have to go through. And a lot of times if they're not grown where you're grown, Spirit's like, I'm not going to give you this immature person. But then sometimes, they'll just walk into your life, right? Unless you guys are some kind of karmic soulmate where you need to teach them something. There's always rules to all kinds of things. And that's, those are things we don't always understand and will never 100% understand, right? Because we don't need to know everything. Okay, so yeah, but it does say that you have what, my friends? The Ace of Pentacles. Yes. So whatever you have, whatever contributions you have put to the universe, you are definitely getting out. There's wealth, health, love, long-term success coming your way. Okay. So don't be so frazzled. It's just really what this whole reading is about. Don't be so frazzled on what's going on within your life. Everything is going the way it's supposed to be going, and you will get exactly what you need. And I'm not going to say the word divine timing at this time because right now it's all about you getting yourself balanced. Yes, when the stars are aligned, because the stars are aligned for remembering home and your soul family and soul gathering. You may have a soulmate coming in. You may be trying to wait for this soulmate to come through. And it doesn't surprise me when you have the Six of Cups. Oops, sorry, too high. Right? Once you start remembering and you start aligning yourself to the stars that are already aligned for you, get yourself back from being so frazzled and just understand and, yes, push through, guys. Remember who you are. Serious star blessings. Yes, proceed, be seen, and push through all of this. And I always keep these up here now because they also remind me too. I know who I really am. I know who I am. But sometimes I forget too. Who are you? And then I have to tell myself and say it out loud. Who am I? Say your name. I am. And I'm here for a reason, right? On this channel, I am Goldwildfire, and I know what I'm doing, and I know how to do things, right? It's like you've been doing this long enough. You know what you're doing. Don't tell yourself otherwise, right? And then besides that, I know who I am, right? My name, name, right? You are a non-physical energy. You are indeed an extension of that which we are. We are known as the teacher. We are known as Abraham. We are together because of our matching intentions and desires. But remember that you are here for a purpose, for a reason. Keep that strength alive. You are love. You are lovable. You are wealthy. You are worthy. You put in all this work because you are not worth anything? No, you put in all this work because you are everything. And the law of attraction treats my imagination as reality. The universe, which is responding to the thoughts you are thinking, does not distinguish between a thought from your observation of some observed reality and a thought brought about by your imagination. In either case, the thought equals your point of attraction. And if you focus upon it long enough, it will become your reality. Remember though, guys, your dreams at night and subconscious, like when you're driving and you're not really thinking, but you know you're thinking, but you're using more of your subconscious, is stronger than the imagination that you're actually using, right? So like your conscious mind is strong, but not as strong as your subconscious mind. Does that make sense? Of course it does. Okay. It's just the energy waves are higher. So actually when you're driving down the road, and you know how you have those crazy thoughts when you're driving, and like sometimes you're even thinking like, I don't know how I didn't get in a car accident because I don't even think I was on this planet. Been there, done that one. Those thoughts are so strong. It's just like your dreaming thoughts. They're so strong, right? Because it is a part of dreaming. It's the part of the subconscious mind awakening while you're just kind of, I don't know. And you're like, and I'm going to buy a lottery ticket, and then I'm going to win the lottery, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And then people are like trying to talk to you, and it's kind of like, even though you're aware of what's going on all around you while driving, right? But you can't really hear the kids in the background anymore. You kind of tune them out, you know, but you can still see them in the mirror, and you're, you know, even though you're still driving, you're still like, stop that, you know what I mean? But you're still in your mind over here. Women are way better at this than men, though, sometimes. I just want to tell you that. I don't know why, but multitasking. Women, multitasking from heck. But that's our mom mode, right? We just kind of like look in the back, and you're like, stop poking him. But it's almost like you're doing 2 or 3 things at a time. But those are very impactful, and those are very strong, guys. Please keep those things aware. Okay, so the cards that you have right here is changes will be made. Keep your chakras aligned. That's why we do chakras, to make sure that we understand where we're balancing and where we're not. And they also bring in other really good things for us to know when it's time for our heart chakra, this, that, and the other. Okay. You are at the right place at the right time. Why? Because it's upside down. And this is inevitable. It's going to happen. Guys, just make sure that you're standing your ground. But remember how I told you to stand your ground. You stand your ground with not your hand so tight and gripped upon this, right? I win it all. No, open your hand and say, you know what? I just release it. I just allow you to give. Allow it to give to you. Okay? And like I said, we will go through those readings. And I'm actually really excited because I'm just keep learning and learning and learning and learning. And that's what life is about. Okay? Till next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.